All right, here we have Sander, the marketing director from Surftech. Lots of stand-ups going out, and take it over, Sander.
Morning. So we're talking about stand-ups today?
Yeah.
The bit about stand-up is it's really applicable to just about anybody you can think of. I'll give you the real short history. Short history is it was probably Laird and his crew over in Maui who really brought the sport back into light. It had a little history before, and then it kind of died off. And then Laird and some of the fellow watermen out there in Maui started really using it as a cross-training tool and just something to do in different conditions. And of course, once they started doing it, they realized how much fun it was, started riding waves on it, and essentially got pretty addicted to it, I think. Trickled down really quickly to the other islands in Hawaii, and then of course jumped the pond and started getting a lot of popularity here in California, all the coastal towns. And now we're really seeing that spread in popularity across non-surf markets. People are doing this on lakes, rivers. We're building lake-specific boards that are excursion boards that are really long for distance paddling. You're starting to see this sport just grow into just all these different areas. Triathletes are using it for cross-training. Non-athletic people are just using it because if on a big high-volume board, they can get on it and feel really happy and comfortable. Kayakers love it. And then of course the surf market has really started to embrace it both for riding waves as well as just being out in the water when conditions are less desirable or marginal. Yeah, basically there's no day that you can't take a stand-up out. If it's flat, you can just paddle across the coastline. If the weather's kind of nasty, you can be out there, and if once you get the hang of it, you can really not get wet if you're on a big enough board. So our program with stand-ups is we build stand-ups for shapers of note. So we build stand-ups out of our technology. We have a unique technology that's a sandwich epoxy construction. Super light cores with a really high density, really durable outer basically shell made out of high density foam. So what you end up having is really strong but also very light boards.
So as far as the foam, I mean, if you bust a hole in it up into rocks, there's some rocks here, it won't soak up water. I mean, you can probably keep surfing it a little bit.
Waterproof, yeah. Waterproof. You don't have to, as far as the water issue, you don't have to fix it in terms of protecting it. The only reason you do want to fix dings, of course, is A, because you fix a ding because you don't want fiberglass shards, but also because it's a weak point whenever you have a crack in anything. So eventually you always want to fix a ding, but we have guys who will surf on the same board with a ding on it for weeks before they fix it, just because they're on a trip or whatnot. But you certainly don't have to jump and get out of the water like you did back in the day, which is great.
Yeah.
So our quiver, we got boards from Steve Bainey of Infinity, Donald Takayama, Ron House, who builds the Laird board. We have a wingnet board from Robert August. And who else am I missing? We have a few Munoz boards. And each one of these boards basically offers, just like a surfboard, they have unique attributes that either make them more oriented towards performance, towards wave riding, towards long distance paddling. We have a Bark from Joe Bark who does paddle boards. He's made us a stand-up distance paddle board that just came out. So you have this crossover of different applications, and it's all about finding the right board for you, for what your choice to do, as well as your own personal kind of ability and stuff. You have a real beginner-specific board that's all soft, super wide, that just is a perfect board to introduce people to the sport. It's almost like a little platform.
Get training wheels on it. Huh?
Training wheels, exactly. Once you get the hang of it, you quickly want to move up to something a little more performance-oriented.
Yeah.
But it's a great initial introduction.
So like the learning curve on this, I mean, it's probably not going to be like surfing, but it seems probably it's going to be a pretty quick learning curve on
10
it.
times easier than surfing. We've been doing demos these last couple of days. Just about everybody gets up and gets going within the first 10 or 15 minutes.
Really?
And they're up and standing and paddling. With wave riding, having a background as a surfer is key. How to judge the surf and how to judge the wave. Yeah. But as far as paddling around, stand-up paddling, it's great. It's easy to learn. Anyone can learn it within the first. Go to surftech.com. We have a whole wealth of information. We actually just introduced, I believe, a 14-part introduction to stand-up paddle video with chapters that take you through every step from the very basics of learning, about the equipment and how to do it, to advanced wave riding techniques.
Oh, nice.
From you know, Laird Hamilton, Jamie Mitchell, and a whole host of really highly recognized and great paddlers themselves.
I've seen a lot of girls doing this, so these things, they look heavy, but they must not be that heavy, because I see girls just carrying these things like
No,
nothing.
they're pretty light, and you see guys carrying. We have a handle on the other side that makes it a lot easier to carry.
That's a Takayama right there, huh?
That's a Takayama.
Incoming with a Takayama. Cool.
This is your first time out?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Have a good time?
It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I'll have to say that. It's
A little tricky?
Pardon?
A little tricky with the...
Yeah,
with the
well,
wind?
it's it's this constant adjustment which you're not used to, right? Constant small adjustment and balance. And you don't, on a surfboard, you don't usually have to do that so much because you have enough speed.
Yeah.
But,
Feeling the legs a little bit tomorrow, maybe?
probably I was beginning to feel it already. I'm getting tired.
Cool.
But it'll take a few times to learn it. It's gonna, I was just getting tired. I'll have to come back and try it another time.
Cool.
Until I find out whether or not it's possible for me to learn.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, but thanks. That was a lot of fun, nevertheless.
No worries.
Yeah.
It's surftech.com, and if you go to surftech.com, you'll see a full paddle sports section, and that opens up the doors to a whole bunch of information about the boards as well as the sport.
All right, cool. All right, bro.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Man. All right, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right.